As we approach the end of the year, 2024 has been just an okay year for video games. And that's just the games by themselves. The industry itself has been pooing its pants at every opportunity in the past 12 months. But who cares about any of that actually important stuff? Because December 2024 is looking surprisingly stacked. December is usually a slow month, but this year we have new single-player games, new live service games, some big mobile releases, huge updates for games that are already out, the greatest movie ever made, and even Hypnosis Mic Alternative Rap Battle. Yep, this month the gaming industry is getting serious. Kicking things off, we have Marvel Rivals, the new superhero shooter by NetEase, whose main selling point isn't the Marvel characters it's based around, it's that this game is not Overwatch. Do you miss when Overwatch was actually good? Well, good news! Now you can play something sort of like it. This game was really fun in the beta, and I think it's coming at a perfect time, where people are kinda getting fed up of Overwatch's bullshit. So I'm definitely gonna give this one a try. Catch me main in Venom, because look at him. What a stud. I would. Keanu Reeves is voicing Shadow the Hedgehog, and all is well in the universe. The third Sonic movie is dropping, and I am stunned we've made it this far, especially considering how we started. It's actually kind of crazy that out of all of the video game franchises in the world, it was Sonic the Hedgehog that got a critically and commercially successful movie franchise. The series where this happens, and the fan base has this reputation. I try to avoid trailers for movies because I know I'm going to see it anyway, but from what I have seen of this, I know we are in store for some peak fiction. All hail Shadow. Isabelle is back, and she's here to devour more virgin souls. But obviously, this is Nintendo we're talking about here. You thought this was a new mainline Animal Crossing game? Of course not, silly. Why would Nintendo want piles of free money? Animal Crossing Pocket Camp is a mobile game that released in 2017. As a live service game designed to microtransaction literally everything and anything in sight until there's nothing left and you're laying on the street selling your body just to pay off your rent to Tom Nook. But now, since service is finished for the game, instead of just shutting the game forever like most of these mobile games do, they are making Animal Crossing Pocket Camp complete. An offline version of the game with the old content being rolled out again. Obviously you have to pay a price up front for this version because of course you do. But to be honest, as much as making people who have played your game for the past 7 years pay to continue having fun is a shitty thing to do, this is actually a good step and a really cool way to keeping content alive and not having it lost forever. Did you hear that? Nintendo are doing something good for game preservation. The end is truly near. Delta Force is a game. What do you mean? What do you mean you aren't excited for Delta Force? Come on, it's a sequel to a very average 2005 game, but this time, it's live service! I'm sure it won't end up in the live service slot bin. Yeah, expect this one to be gone within 2 years. Call of Duty this year has a good zombies mode, and that means that the game is good. The other modes might be ass, I don't know, because honestly, who cares about that shit? COD updates are quite thick and fast these days, but you know me, I only care about the new zombies maps, and Citadel Day More looks awesome. It's nice to see a zombies map with an actual aesthetic again. I'm a sucker for medieval castles. All you hardcore gamers out there who watch this channel, call me a normie, but I get a real kick out of Black Ops 6, alright? This game makes me feel like I got my Doritos, I got my Mountain Dew, and I'm ready to make an MLG montage, and when I'm in that era, I am truly happy. Fairy Tail 2 is dropping on the 11th, and it seems like a typical anime RPG, I guess. I've got nothing to say on this one. I have no idea what a fairy tale is. All I know is that the show has quite a lot of gratuitous fan service, so, it's peak fiction. Speaking of gratuitous fan service, Lollipop Chainsaw Repop is getting a physical release. And I know this game is a pretty hard sell for someone who just looks at this and thinks it's sexual weird nonsense. But this game is genuinely fantastic. as well as being sexual weird nonsense. Unlike Black Ops 6, which simply gives me Xbox 360 and PS3 vibes, this game actually takes me there. A simpler time where the games were shorter, gameplay came first, and let's just say, some attitudes were a bit different. But as crass as this game can be, I don't think it ever oversteps that mark and becomes offensive, just of its time. And it doesn't go halfway, it fully commits to the crassness, and I think that makes playing it in 2024 charming and camp rather than poorly aged. It's the big one, ladies and gentlemen, the alleged highlight of the gaming calendar, the Game Awards. The highlight of the calendar now E3 is gone. Rest in power, big man. The Game Awards is cool, but I feel it has so many little issues that hold it back. I actually made a whole video on this, which you can check out here. Wow, look at me, what a plug. Might as well subscribe while you're there. And this year specifically, it seems to be making even more confusing steps. Nominating a DLC for Game of the Year, for me, that just ain't it. Regardless of how good the DLC and the game is, it's the Game Awards and it's Game of the Year. It's not DLC of the year. So much like every year, it seems we're all gonna sit there, all get excited for a night of celebrating the best of gaming and watching some great reveals, and be inevitably disappointed like we are every year, like the stupid fools we are. I don't know, when you're trying to be the flagship gaming show, it just raises expectations, and I cannot remember the last time the Game Awards hit that expectation. And despite the best efforts of the Game Awards, it just isn't as prestigious as it should be to win one of these awards. People love to argue online about who's gonna win Game of the Year, but ultimately, it does mean kinda nothing to win that award. I mean, just look how excited I am. This is my reaction to 99% of the Game Awards 3-hour runtime. And speaking of the Game Awards, boys and girls, please rise to your feet for 2025's Game of the Year, Infinity Nikki. Look, as funny as this is, as funny as the idea of this winning the big one, I actually kinda see it as a dark horse. If you don't know, Nikki is a long-running popular series in Asia. It's normally like mobile games or small DS games where you just have this girl, Nikki, and you dress her up. Like, this looks good. This looks fun. Is it particularly my thing? No, I don't really play a lot of these cozy games, so the 4K remake of Dress to Impress isn't really for me. But just take a look at it. The cozy game market has been booming, and this looks like the final boss of cozy games. Dwayne the Cozy Game Johnson. I'm being deadass, expect some decent things from this. I can just imagine this blowing up, being really popular, and genuinely picking up some Game Awards. Apparently, there's Fitness Boxing 3? Am I the only one who missed Fitness Boxing 2? I swear, with this series, we went 1, Miku, 3. To be honest, I'm not the demographic for this. This game is too gimmicky. I think the only thing I can think to do with this game is get one person to play this, get one person to play Wii Fit, and then drop both of them in a Hunger Games style situation to see who can survive longer. My money's on the Wii Fit guy. That board never lies.
My body is ready.
Fortnite OG is back, and it's back for good this time. The kids have had their fun, but me and the boys are gonna get tilted at the towers and show little Timmy how good we were in our day. I'm so glad that mostly, as a community, we've stopped being like, ew, Fortnite, that's a kid's game. Because in the year of our Lord, 2024, Fortnite rocks. I can play as Piccolo, wearing Jordans, and hit a crit walk, listening to Nate Dogg, after I've just dunked on Chun-Li and Peter Griffin. That sounds like objectively the greatest game of all time to me. I'm so critical of live service games, but I'm just a huge fan of how Fortnite, as a live service game that's constantly changing, constantly evolving, caters to some of its older and long-time users like me. I can't keep up with how some of these kids turn into a prime Bob the Builder as soon as you shoot them. They build this mental tower as soon as you generally look in their direction. So, we get Zero Build. They literally cater for these people. And now, the original map is back. And if you hate on that, you suck. Anton Blast is an indie game I know nothing about. I googled it and these pictures came up. I'm in. Remember Secret Level? That gaming anthology show that dedicates each episode to a different video game? The trailer itself quotes them as your favourite games. But there's a Concord episode. Having an entire episode of a TV series made about something that no longer exists before it got deleted from existence, before it went on to be the biggest critical and commercial failure in the video game industry, is so interesting. I'm sure people are going to tune into this just for the Concord episode, just to see what the hell it is. Will it be good? No. Look at Concord. It's shit. But the rest of the show, it sounds like a good idea from people with a very good track record at this type of thing. So yeah, I'll give it a try. But at the same time, I have no idea why they made Mega Man look like that. The Finals is coming out on PS4. Yippee. Somehow, the remake of Resident Evil 2 is coming to iOS. What? I find this crazy. I don't keep up with phone technology at all, yeah? Can iPhones run this? I must not be using my phone right, because mine gives my hand third-degree burns trying to open the camera app. I mean, it's cool, but why? An iPhone is not the best way to play this game. It's a horror. Imagine all the tension of being chased by Mr. X, running for your life, and then just getting a text by your mum. That ruins it, doesn't it? Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. This is a huge release. People have been hyping this up. I thought it was coming out next year, but December? I still don't care! I've never been much of an Indiana Jones fan, so I guess I'm not the expected audience for this. But I don't know, it just looks like an okay Uncharted game. And even if it is good, this is being published by Bethesda, so expect it to be held together by leftover pieces of duct tape and string. I don't know, I feel like for a big AAA release, just something seems off. I don't know whether it's the Indiana or the Jones or a combination of the two, but something here just don't seem right to me. Normally I would skim over a game like this, but I got intrigued by the name Dogman Mission Impossible. I researched into it and found out this is a Captain Underpants spin-off. I haven't heard that name in 3,000 years. I gotta be honest, I gotta wrap this video up quick. I have a new series to play. Captain Underpants is so back. December 2024 is looking decent for December standards, and I had a fun time looking forward to it today. This is a new style of video I'm trying to do, and hey, every time we get a good month, I like to look forward at what we have to do in another video. So I'll see you in March. January and February look dead. If something happens, I'll make a video, but I doubt anything's gonna happen in January or February because nothing ever happens in January or February. But leave a like if you enjoyed and comment down below what game you're looking forward to the most. And with all that out of the way, I'll see you in the next one.